Yo, welcome to Mr. Izo channel. Welcome once again. In today's video, we are going to be handling this topic, Paye Computation. Pay as you earn computation. How is the payee computed? The payee is one of the statutory deduction from your salary before you arrive at your net pay, your take home pay. Now this payee is being deducted from your salary. Now in this video we are going to learn how they calculate or compute the payee. But in this video we are going to emphasize before Finance Act. The Finance Act was amended in year 2020. Now before the Finance Act, that is what we are doing now, before Finance Act. Now a question will be given to you like this: basic salary, housing, meal, furniture, fitting, with figures like this. Now mind you, these figures here are monthly figures. Once they are given to you like this, all you do, you convert it to yearly figures, which is to say times 12 times 12 times 12, and you will have something like this. This times this times 100 times 12, this times this times this times that. You add it up. This will now give you your gross pay. To now give you your what? Your gross pay. So it is from this gross pay now that we are going to start our computation from. I hope you understand. In some question, they might give you the gross pay straight. All this one might not be there. They will just put the annual pay of so and so is this. Basic, housing, salary, they will put this. But in a situation where they did not put this and they put the monthly, please and please convert it to yearly before you start your computation of payee. Is that okay? Now let's go. Mind you, this is before Finance Act 2020. Now once you have arrived at this point, your gross pay, what you do next is to what? You apply your consolidated relief allowance, your CRA. And your CRA states that CRA is 1% of your GP, which is your gross pay, or 200,000, whichever is higher, you choose. Now if you check, the 1% of 37,200 will give you 37,200 or 200,000. So you choose whichever that is higher. So in this case, which one is higher? 200 is higher, so you are going to use 200. And the CRA did not end there. It went ahead to say 1% of gross pay, or 200,000, plus 20% of the gross pay of the GP. Now what is 20% of the GP here? 20% of the GP, use your calculator please. 20 times 37,200 divided by 100 will give you what? 744,000. Are you getting it? It will give you 74. Please confirm it with your calculator. So we have this figure and this figure for our CRA. I hope you understand. Once you get to this point, the first thing you apply is your CRA, your consolidated relief allowance. And your consolidated relief allowance states that 1% of your what? GP, your gross pay, or 200,000, whichever is higher. In this case, 200,000 is higher, so you are picking 200,000, plus 20% of your gross pay, which is, this is your gross pay, 20 times 372000 all over 100. Divide by 100 will give you 744,000. So that is your what? Your CRA. So they will come here and put CRA. I hope you can see this. Yes, perfectly. Your CRA here will now be 1% of GP, or 200,000, whichever is higher. In this case, our 200 is higher, so let's put 200 here. They went ahead to say plus 20% of your gross pay, 20% of your GP will give you 744,000. Is that clear? Hope you understand this. Is that clear? Then the next thing, you less your what? Exemption, your tax exemption. There are some things that are exempted from tax, like your pension, NHIS, and your statutory and your voluntary contribution gratuity. All those things are exempted from tax, so we are going to deduct it here also. So we are going to deduct those things, and we are going to pay emphasis on pension, NHIS, and NHF. Okay, so our pension will come in, and to calculate pension, this is what you do. Pension is 8% of your what? Of basic housing and transport. That is your pension. That is how we calculate pension. 8% of basic housing and your transport. That is your own contribution from your side as the employee. Then your employer will have to pay minimum of 10%. This is the minimum amount you can contribute, but you can decide to contribute more than 8, and your employer also can decide to contribute more than 10. But at a minimum range, you are contributing 8% of basic housing and transport, and your employer is contributing 10% of basic housing and transport. Is that okay? Now, our pension now will now be this: basic 1.2 million, houses 720 and 720. When you add them up, use your calculator and add them up. So when you add this figure together times 8 divided by 100, it will give you 211,200. It's going to give you 211,200. Confirm this figure with your calculator, please. Then the next thing is NHIS is 2 national health insurance scheme is 5%. Sorry, not to 5% of basic. 5% of basic. And what is your basic? Your basic is 1.2 million. So 5% of 1.2 will give you 60,000. 60,000. Then your NHF, National Housing, NHF is 2.5% of what? Basic. Remember, your basic is 1.2 million. When you times it, when you take 2% of 1.2 million, it's going to give you 30,000. Going to give you what? 30,000. Then you total this. 200, 74, 21, 200, 660,000 and 30,000 will give you a total sum of 1,245,200. You use your calculator. Have a calculator here that is 200,000 plus 74400 plus 200 plus this will give you 90 equals to 1,245,200, which is what we have here. 1,245,200. Now this figure, now you bring it here. 1,245,200. We are lessening it from here. Now this is your total relief. This is your total what? Relief that you are getting. So we are going to less it from the gross pay. Hope you are getting it. We are lessing it from where? The gross pay. Now let's do it again. This minus 37,200 2, 3 will give you 247 to give you 2,474 800. Now this is now your what? Your chargeable income. Your chargeable income. This figure is now your what? Your chargeable income. Mind you, this is your gross pay. These are the relief they've given to you. 200,000, 744, 200, and 90,000, which are from your relief, tax exemption, pension, your pension, national housing, and national health. Give you this. Then you minus the total relief from your gross pay. It will now give you your what? Your chargeable income. Now this chargeable income is what you now use, apply your tax rate, and know how much you're going to pay for payee every month. So let's continue. Now, before we continue, let me show you the tax rates. This is the tax rate. 7% of 300,000, 11 of 300,000, 15 of 500, 19 of 500, 21% of 1.6 million, and any 24% of 3.2 million and above. Any amount that is above 3.2 million, you charge 24%. So now here, this is what we are going to do. Let us bring down our chargeable income here. Chargeable income is 2,474,800. 2,474,800 is our chargeable income. So we are going to apply our rates here now. We are going to apply our rates. For 7% of 300,000 will give you what? 21,000 naira. This is your chargeable income. 11% of 300,000 will give you 33,000. Use your calculator to confirm it. I already knows this. 7%, 11, 50, 19. The next one is 21. The next one is 24. So all these things, if you know them, it will be very, very good for you. Now, 15% of 500,000 will give you 75,000. And 19% of 500,000 will give you 95,000. Now, watchful, when you add this and this and this and this, it will give you 1.6 thousand. Sorry, 1.6 million. So if you minus 1.6 million from this figure, it will give you what? Let's do it here. 1.6 million minus 2,474,800 is equals to 874,800. When you minus it, to give you 874,800. Now, this 874,800 is what we are going to put here at the rate of 21. Now, this amount, we deduct this amount from here, deduct from here, 500 minus this, 500 minus this. We'll find out that we have exhausted 1.6 million. And the next one is 1.6. Let me write it. 21. I don't know if you're getting me. Here now, it ought to be 1.6. And the remaining money here is not up to 1.6. So we are minusing this total amount here minus the chargeable income to give us the balance, which is this, which we are going to charge 21% on this now and not on 1.6. If the amount is up to 1.6, you charge 21% on 1.6. But since it's less than 1.6 and we have exhausted all this one, you minus it and charge 21% on the balance, any amount that is remaining. So here now we're going to have 874,800. 21% of 874,800 will give you, when you point your calculator, it will give you 1,83708. Now, once you add all this, this is going to give you 2,474,800. That is the chargeable income. So this figure here must give you equals to what you have as your chargeable income. Now, let us check the amount we are going to pay. This is the amount we've charged for the tax. Let's see how much we are going to pay. If when you add this, it's going to give you what? 407. Always confirm with your calculator. 08. So this is the payee you are going to pay in a year. For the year, this is the amount of payee that will be remitted to the tax office, to IRS. This is the amount that is going to be remitted. Now, for you to know how much you are going to pay each month. Each month, what you do, you say, see, this is the amount, the tax due. This is the amount you are supposed to pay to the IRS as your payee. Pay as you earn. This is the amount you're going to pay. Now, what you do, you say 40708 divide by 12 will give you 33975.7. Now, this is the amount you are going to be paying every month. Once they are preparing the payroll, this is the amount they are going to deduct from your salary as payee that will be remitted to the IRS. Could be State Internal Revenue or FCT, Internal Revenue Service. Understand? So this is the amount. So this is how you calculate your payee. Mind you, we are using the old rule, that is before Finance Act. So if you have any question, don't fail to ask on the comments section. Now, one question I know that gives people headache is that somebody asked me that what the remaining amount, will they use it like here now, that this amount here that is not up to 1.6, because this 21 we are supposed to use 1.6. If you check the graduating rate here, 21% is on what? 1.6. But this amount here is not up to 1.6. So the person said, since it's not up to 1.6, we are not going to tax it. I told him no. The FRS is not that kind to let this money go. Even if it is 200 naira that is remaining here, 21% of 200 naira will be taxed. Even if it is 1 naira, 21% of 1 naira will be what? Tax. So any amount that is remaining must be what? Must be taxed. So at the end, you will get the same figure as your chargeable income, and this is your tax due that will be paid. And here you divide it by 12, you get what you are going to pay every month to the IRS, FCT IRS, or state IRS. Is that clear? Please don't fail to ask questions on the comment box. Thank you very much. The next video will be on Finance Act, how to compute payee following the new Finance Act 2020. Please, if you are new to this channel, do us a favor by subscribing to encourage us to do more. My subscribers, I thank you very much for staying behind, and we'll be doing it together. We're going to do great together. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.